Hi everyone, welcome to Burra Country, and today we're here in Loch, and Loch is a village along the Railtrail and it's part of our Railtrail series. But today something special is happening here. We have the Loch Village Food and Wine Festival. So we're going to go in there, we're going to enjoy some of the food and wine, and we're going to have a look around in here, and this will be part of our Railtrail series, and so this will be incorporated into that one series. So last week we were in Nyora, this week we're in Loch, and next week we're going to be in Burra. So let's go and have a look. Here you come. Hello. You are in your hobbity best. Well done. Well done, and look at you. Look fabulously looking like it.
Look, you can fit wine in these pockets. I can't drink any of
Oh, look at that. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Good beginning, and then, just see how you go. If you like it, you go from there. So it's pure fruit, nothing else. They just ferment the fruit, turn the sugars into alcohol. Whole lot of raspberries, whole lot of apples in the bottle, nothing else.
Do you want to taste that, Geordie? That was the strawberry.
Raspberry and apple?
Yep.
Thank you. Cheers.
Sounds good.
How's the morning going?
Very good.
Getting through it?
This is my first tasting this morning, so I'm very
Oh,
excited.
it's almost afternoon.
It is. It is after.
It's late afternoon.
Oh,
What are we doing?
dangerous.
Pretty soon.
Is that it? What,
That's
what-
good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So raspberry and apples, generally that's what it tastes like because that's all it is.
Yep.
Oh.
So from there I've got passion fruit pink lady apple,
Is that dangerous?
Pinot Noir and apple, so the smoothest, most lush red wine you've ever had. Fermented Pinot with apple to make it smooth. Gin and dry apple, fermented juniper berries, super dry. I've got strawberry and apple, passion fruit Moscato, strawberry liqueur, and a strawberry port.
It's very syrupy. It's a nice apple syrup taste.
My favourite thing to do with the pork is put it in the fridge, even better, the freezer thickens right up, chuck it on top.
Really good. I think the 10 out of 10, it does increase in spice and you kind of only feel it on your tongue, not really in the throat, but they're all really good.
Or 3 little ones for 20. Mix and match any way you like.
Let's try on a dry first. Not
Yep.
everyone loves it dry. Generally, a wine drinker will lean towards it dry.
Yeah.
But, this one is mixed berry. Oopsie daisy.
Oh.
A shot for you.
There you go, Geordie. Give us a taste.
That's about a 15%. That's quite nice.
Selection of honeys. We've got giant mallee honey, orange blossom honey, yellow box honey, and red stringy bark honey.
Well done. Look at that. Hello.
Do you want a bit of tonic with that?
Do I? Sip without tonic and then have sip with tonic. Okay.
Some of that as well? Sure.
Okay. It's quite floral. It's very.
Do you want a bit of tonic?
Yeah. It's very flowery.
Did you want some tonic to try?
Sure.
Yeah. Because that'll just probably like mellow out the flavour a bit and make it just a bit more less ginny.
Ooh, that's quite nice.
Very
She's buying so she can count down. That's quite fruity, like florally and quite nice. I quite like that.
Double wood, aged in French oak, ex-sherry and American oak ex-bourbon barrel and married together to make a nice easy drinking whiskey. This is ex Jack Daniels barrel.
Okay.
That it meets the soak on the tongue test very well. Yeah.
Very smoky notes.
Which one's that one?
The middle one.
Oh, the American oak. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. So yeah, not super smoky, which I like that. I like not to have too smoky. So yeah.
We got cheese in that ears. That's awesome.
That's a nice Philly cheesesteak. Action shot.
So this is the Loch station on the Railtrail, and up behind me, heading out to the west, that direction there, is Nyora, and it is about 6 kilometres down the track that way. So heading east on the Railtrail from here, from the Loch Railway Reserve, if we're heading down under the bridge that direction down there, you'll be heading towards Currumborough, and Currumborough is around about 16 kilometres away, heading straight down. And there are a couple of small towns along the way which we'll be stopping at when we do our trail ride between, and we'll be actually pointing out some of the features of those towns and what if there's any services available for riders and hikers at those towns, like quite close to the track. The other thing that's down this direction is if you go under the bridge at the end of the trail just here and you turn left, is the suspension bridge that's built here in Loch, and that suspension bridge takes you over to the sports ground, which is almost directly behind me, and also that is where the campground is in Loch. The other thing that this area gets used for, and as you'll have seen, we've done a little video preceding this one about the Loch Food and Wine Festival. This area is actually used during October and April as a market area. So on the right weekend, it's on a Sunday, have a look up, you'll be able to find the information of when it's on exactly. The market here is very, very good, so worth a stop if you're travelling through. So if you are just stopping here for a moment, there is a shaded picnic area here. There's no toilets right here, but I will show you where the toilets are. But I will point out that if you walk around the other end of this area that's open up here, this is like a coffee shop area that opens up maybe when the markets are on, but there is water around here. There's a tap at the end here of this building and there's water there, and someone's actually putting a ice cream container for a bowl there, which is really good for if you've got a dog with you. So there's water there, and it's just across the road, or just across the market area from the track. More toilets here. There's a men's and a ladies there. There's the picnic area here. So now that we're over the suspension bridge, electric barbecues, and there is some camping here. So this is the basic campground here. There's some caravan spots. You'd have to look up where you. Oh, here we are. So I'm even going to show you this. So there is powered sites. It says $30, and unpowered sites $25, and there's a booking phone number on there. So I'm even going to toss you that one. We'll go and have a quick look at that. There are showers here, obviously for the camping, but also there's some contact information. So there you go. And this is the sports ground over here. Now, I will tell you, on a Saturday morning, this area for parking, it is full. So if you're going to come to watch the football that's played here or anything, just be aware you might need to park over towards town and just have a little bit of a walk across. So there we go. And that's the local football field. But a really great village atmosphere here. I think the suspension bridge, at first I just thought it was a bit of one of those quirky things that places put in to, we've got something to, a bit of a tourist thing, but it actually fits really well here. It's been nicely placed and it fits in really nicely, and it does save you. It means you don't have to cross a road anywhere here up until you go over to the village itself. So you can park in the village, walk down, you cross one little road to get to the underpass, but then you go under the highway and you can walk a right round over here to the campground, and you're not crossing any main roads at all. And this is just seriously picturesque. It's a fabulous little place. So let's head now. We're going to go up for a walk back up into Loch Village, and we're going to have a look around at what's in there and what services are available for you. So one of the really great things coming off the rail trail, if you want to head into Loch Village, is that there is an underpass under the highway. So the main highway here, heading past Loch Village and heading towards Corumburra, is running parallel with the rail trail. So this underpass is very handy. It saves you having to cross any major roads and takes you straight into the village. Okay, so once we come out of the tunnel and we come just straight across to this little park area, and there is a toilet located right here. It's just a single toilet, but it's always clean. I've never found it otherwise. And it's straight ahead of us there in that cream coloured building. So that's where there's one toilet. There's another one up in the main street, which we'll point out. There's also more picnic areas here and a barbecue there. So it looks like there's electric barbecues there. So, and there's more drinking water here. So there's water fountains here to top up water as needed. So we're up in the main street of the Loch Village, and as you're about to see, Loch Village is well named. It really has that sort of ambience of a village. It's laid out very nicely, and it's one of those places where everything's within a short distance of each other. It's a little walk down the street and you can find the services you need. So the first building I want to point out over here is over the road. There's a local brewery and distillery. This wasn't the purpose of this building originally, obviously, but it is now, and it's a very successful business it is. So they do brew local beers. They also brew gin and also some whiskey. So over here we have the post office. There's also Caroline's Art Studio, it says on the sign there. And right in front of me is the local war memorial. And just down this road here, so just off the main street, is the Royal Hotel. And also there is the Loch Wine Bar and wood-fired pizzas. This is a really good place to come and get some food. Well worth a visit there. So Loch Village, as it's now known, actually started in 1884 when Sir Henry Loch came out to this area and surveyed it for tracks and access routes, and also for further farmland. And by 1887, the area had been officially subdivided off into divisions for farmland and for housing, and thus was born Loch, or the town of Loch. Over the years, Loch's grown. The main township of Loch really has a population of only around about 700, but obviously it's going to serve a greater area with farmers, etc. around in the area. The main businesses in this town is actually coffee shops, and they do very well. This place is well visited, particularly on weekends, but even on a weekday, There's always plenty of visitors here. It's a favourite stop along the main highway for people driving through, as well as the people travelling along the rail trail. As you can see, there's some art galleries in town, so it's worth having a look around and actually seeing what you can see in here. This is the Loch Village food store. I've actually had coffee in here before, and this shop has had some very nice scones. There is a petrol station here also, so if you are driving through, you can get petrol and diesel here. Across the road we have the Loch Village Street Gallery and also Lock and Key, another cafe there. There's also the Olive at the Loch, which is a little bit further down the road there, and that has a really interesting history, that building. There was a bakery here originally, and some of our team have actually been to a high tea there, and they were actually given a bit of a tour of the old bakery in the back and got a lot of information about the history of that. So very friendly, the people operating these businesses, and very happy to tell you about the history of their town or their village, Loch. So if we travel a little bit further up here, you can see that there's another sign there for toilets. So there is more toilets here. Across the road is the fire station. So there's another little sitting area here through a garden. Okay, so as you can see, it's only a short walk. The main road only goes a little way further back behind me here, and then it heads back out to the highway again. So it's a short walk through town, but there are quite a few little shops here. Well worth having a bit of a walk around and having a look and seeing what's available here. A great weekend getaway place. There are quite a number of B&Bs. We'll list the few that we do have a listing for in the video. And I'm sure you can find some other accommodation information online. We found a few. Some of our viewers from our Nyora episode have asked us about accommodations information, and also, you know, where can I find water, where can I find the toilets. So I hope we've covered that well here and make it easier for people when they arrive into Loch to actually find what they're looking for. There's no major shops here. There's no supermarkets as such, but some of these little cafes do have some supply type products in their shops, so you can actually have a look. And if you'll see this one, there's also ones that are selling local produce as well as local conserves and nuts and things like that in the back of them. So go in and have a look. So yeah, just to finish off, worth the stop here. So if you're coming through on the rail trail or driving through, it's well worth the stop. Stop in, have a coffee, support another one of our towns along the rail trail. The more support they get, and that means bringing some business into these towns and villages, that the more services that they can provide for you, the people using the rail trail. So we'll see you next time. We'll be heading down to Korumburra on our next episode, and as we said earlier, it's about 16 kilometres down the track, and we will also stop at the little towns. There's two smaller towns on the way, and we'll be having a quick look at those on the way, and then the main episode will be on Korumburra itself. We're also heading off to Bruthen shortly for an episode, so that's way out in East Gippsland. If you don't know where that is, it is part of the East Gippsland Rail Trail. And so we'll actually be doing an episode for Bruthen, although we won't be heading off down all the trails, and we're not even sure if we're going to be able to take the bike because it's going to be a really quick trip. But please watch out for that episode as well. And we'll see you next time in Burra Country.